Taiwan has chosen the same-sex romantic comedy Dear Ex as its submission for the upcoming Oscar race for Best International Feature Film. But this might cause a headache for China.
其实我早就知道了，我爸是同性恋。95天前，他死了。
Tensions are already high between Taiwan and mainland China, which considers it a province. And in recent months, China has criticised companies for not calling Taiwan Chinese Taiwan. Our China media analyst Kerry Allen explains what the film is about.
Well, this film, Dear Ex, is a Taiwanese film, and it's about a widow who discovers that her husband has left all his money not to her, but to a gay lover.
And what is it about this film that is going to possibly upset China so much?
Well, because it touches a very controversial topic of homosexuality, which China still finds somewhat taboo. And it's had a very contentious relationship with Taiwan in recent months because Taiwan has, well, become the first region in all of Asia to allow for same-sex marriage. And it's also played into the politics. And it's become one of the kind of symbols of Taiwan, of openness and democracy. So for a film that touches on some very topical issues, I mean, this film came out in November 2018, but it started a lot of campaigning in Taiwan for more LGBT rights in the region. And yeah, these haven't caught up in China whatsoever. So this film touches on some quite sensitive topics. But it is important to note that Taiwan submits different films from mainland China for the Oscars. So China will submit a film. It hasn't yet.
So will this film be shown in China? And if it is, will they be deleting scenes? Because I know we talked about Bohemian Rhapsody, how that was severely edited when it was shown in China.
And there have been other controversies as well. There was, back when Eurovision was on, China censored the rainbow flags that were seen in the audience. There were big blurs over them. So it has had some sensitivities towards homosexual content.
So if this wins the Oscar, people aren't going to be happy.
Well, another interesting thing is whether or not people will actually see this, because when Taiwan won the Oscars last, which was the year 2000 with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Taiwan was referred to as Taiwan. They said the award goes to Taiwan. And in recent years, China has been increasingly ramping up a lot of rhetoric to overseas companies and countries that if they mention Taiwan, they have to say Chinese Taiwan. So if the Oscars doesn't do this, they're not going to show it in China whatsoever. Also, it would be a bit embarrassing, and China doesn't really want to give a lot of focus to Taiwan in a controversial film like this at the moment, because it's the run-up to the Taiwan election in January 2020. So they want to really put the emphasis on now more than ever that Taiwan, whoever comes into power, has to recognise that Taiwan is part of China.
That was Kerry Allen.